it's a great honour and privilege to have the Premier here today, and of course the Deputy Premier here as well. And great day showcasing what we've got to offer in the Singleton region and the Upper Hunter in general. So we've been out to the livestock sale yards and we had a great reception there, and you know, there's a lot of positive feeling in the community. So I'm really happy to have them both here. Both of them I met a number of years ago when I think the Premier's first day on the job, and I was walking down the main street of Tamworth, and I happened to come across both of them, and I managed to get myself a photo, terrible photo of me, but wonderful photo of these two. And then I was reflecting before, thinking, look at this team, look how much they have done in the last few years, and a fantastic team. We have a great, strong economy. We've dealt with some real issues, you know, fires, floods, COVID, you know, and this is the team that has got us through all that. So, you know, I'm that guy now sitting on the bench, you know, trying to prove myself to these two, and more importantly, trying to prove myself to the people of the Upper Hunter. And I'm hoping that the people of the Upper Hunter will trust me, and I want to join this team, and I want to do good things. So, thank you.
Thank you, Dave. Questions?
Dave, is the Premier helpful to your campaign? Who do you think is popular on the ground?
Absolutely. You know, the Premier's no different to anyone else in the Upper Hunter, and I need to prove myself to her that I can perform. She knows the Nationals. She knows what the Nationals stand for, our values, and you know, there's a lot of respect in the community for the Nationals. So I need to prove myself to the Upper Hunter, just like I need to prove myself now to the Premier.
You passed.
Yeah, you're all good, mate. You said that it would take a miracle to win this seat. Do you still think that's the case?
Look, can I say that David Layzell is an absolute natural. He is one of the community. I've been incredibly impressed by his ability to engage, and even this morning as we've walked down the street and been at the cattle yards and talked to small businesses, you know, it's normally 6 degrees of separation, but he's got about 2. So that's the great thing about the Upper Hunter. Many families have been here a long time, know each other, and he's a great local representative, and that's what this area needs. But as Dave alluded to, and I'll say this straight out, the Deputy Premier and myself need him on our team to have a strong and stable government. And we need him to help us keep doing the job we're doing. And all I was reflecting when I said how difficult the challenge was, and the challenge is still there, notwithstanding we've got an outstanding candidate, is if you look at the history of by-elections, there have traditionally been massive swings against the government. And as most of you would know, for my sins, I'm someone who looks at the facts and looks at the stats, and that's just the way it's reflected. And I was just being very honest in my comments, but I think Dave is an outstanding candidate, a real natural, a real local. He understands his community and understands, I think, the aspirations of his community, which is really important. And that's what we need here in the Upper Hunter, but also what the Deputy Premier and myself need in our team. Because I can't tell you how important it is when things are really, really tough. You want people on your team you can trust. You want people on your team that are going to tell you what's happening in local communities. I mean, when the droughts and bushfires and COVID hit, no matter how much I try to get around the state, you can't be everywhere at the wrong time. But to have a local voice to tell you as the Premier or the Deputy Premier what's going on, I can't tell you how important that is. To have someone actually say to you, this is what's happening in my community, this is how people are responding. It gives you that extra confidence when you're making decisions. And I won't pretend I don't need that. I do need that, and I do need Dave to be as part of our team so we can keep delivering a strong and stable government. But this is really about the local community, and you know, I've heard lots of people, lots of other candidates or other people make comment about this area. I say to them, you don't understand the area. This area is about collaboration and working together. It's not about division. Every time I'm up here, I'm heartened by the way in which the community coexists is a wrong name, how the community thrives by supporting each other. And that's got to be reflected in the way that we approach local issues, that the community understands what it needs for the future. And from day one, the Upper Hunter is no different to any other part of the state. From day one, the Deputy Premier, myself and the whole team have been saying we need to keep the community safe, whether it's natural disaster or pandemic. But our focus also has to be on jobs, jobs, jobs. No matter where you are in our state, that is the biggest challenge facing us into the future. And I think I've said that almost every day, and this area is no different. In fact, this area highlights how you can have a number of different industries working together to support local communities, but more importantly, encourage all the young people who are coming through to stay here, start businesses. I met a few people that actually started their businesses during COVID and have managed to battle through. And I said to them, how did you succeed? And one florist who literally started a business in February last year, she said to me, because locals supported me. She said, I didn't have my site up online. She said, I was too new. But she said, because the locals knew that I was new and they supported me, it kept me going. And that's the kind of spirit that has existed across this region for decades.